So I bought 12 PSP consoles and 25 games from Goodwill, but the trick is I don't know if any of these work. So in this video, we'll take a look at everything, we'll test everything out, and we'll see if we get lucky. So let's go ahead and rewind a bit, and I'll unbox all these consoles. So we're going to start with box number 1 here. Like I said, I have 12 PSPs. I also have a ton of games and random accessories. I'm pretty excited to see what they sent us. Alright, so here's box number 1. They always do a good job of packaging though. Here is our 2 PSPs, it looks like. And that's all we have in here. Sometimes I feel like Goodwill actually does too good of a job of packaging. It's like wrapped up so well. Alright, so here in box number 1, we've got 2 PSPs. We have a blue one and a black one. The black one looks like it had a sticker on it at some point. As you can see, it looks disgusting. I can probably get all that off with some goo gone or whatever. We also have a blue PSP, which is actually the same PSP I personally have. I love this PSP. It's such a good looking PSP. Let's go ahead and open up the next box. So here's box number 2. We're kind of working our way from smallest box to largest box, so we'll see what's inside of here. And man, you gotta love packing peanuts. Packing peanuts are my worst enemy. I hate them. But let's see what we can pull out of here, and hopefully we don't spill too many packing peanuts. Alright, so we got a bunch of games. We'll take a look at those in a second. And then it looks like here we have our consoles. And I think that's it. So we didn't spill too many packing peanuts, but man, I do not like packing peanuts, if you can't tell. So here's our pack of games. We got some loose games first of all here. We'll take a look at them in detail later. And we do have some games complete in the box, which is nice. And then next up, we got to open up, again, our very well bubble wrapped, almost wrapped up too good, if that's even a such thing. All right, so first PSP has a Van sticker on the back. That's cool. Always cool to see what kind of personalizations people have. Oh, we have a PSP in a nice case. So box number 3, we've got just a giant bubble wrap bubble. That's one way to do it. Finally got all that bubble wrap out of the way, and glorious. They just have all the PSPs stacked in a bag. Dude, what a waste of bubble wrap. So in case you didn't notice, they gave me a ton of bubble wrap, and then inside of this little bag, they just put all 5 PSPs stacked together so that they could just smash into each other during their ride here. Just classic Goodwill. I mean, what in the world? And last but not least, box number 4, we have packing peanuts again. These are the really bad ones, man. Can't stand them. So here in package number 4, we got a bunch of games and UMDs. Got a few PSPs, and again, there's tons of bubble wrap, but they stacked the PSPs together like this, so they're just banging in transit. Always great to see. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I'll be giving away at least 2 or 3 of these PSP consoles on a Whatnot auction in a few weeks. I'll also be selling the rest of the games and consoles in that same auction, so make sure to check out that link below. And you'll also get some free stuff. Let me go ahead and just show you how you can sign up, get a free $10, and get some free stuff today. So here's what you want to do. You want to go down below to the description, hit that Whatnot link, and you'll come to this page where it says you get $10 in credit from me. So click claim your credit and make sure to sign up. And then once you're signed up, you'll click on your Whatnot app, and then click that gift icon up at the top. Make sure you have your $10 credit. If you don't, send me a message. And then you want to click the search bar down at the bottom, type in Jacob R. You'll see my name pop up, click on that. And then you can see my scheduled shows. Go ahead and hit that bookmark button, click on my show, and if you go to the bottom right hand corner, click on store. You can see I have some buy it now stuff already available. And as you can see, I have an eShop, PlayStation, and Xbox gift card, which you can use your $10 credit on. And yeah, you know what to do from there. And also, by the way, if you're looking for games, I have a ton of games listed for sale right now, all under price charting. So go check those out if you're interested. So now let's go ahead and see what Goodwill sent us. So we'll just start with some random consoles. First of all, these appear to be 1000s. That thing is pretty mutilated. Yeah, as you can see. I guess whoever had this knew it was mutilated and used tape to hold the disk drive in. That's kind of funny. I wonder if it has a battery though. It honestly feels like it has a battery because it's pretty heavy. All right, so open the battery flap up, and we do have a battery. And that's kind of what I'm hoping on these consoles, is that they're just not charged, or maybe they're missing a battery. I do have a couple of replacement batteries that we can try out on these consoles without batteries. So first of all, let's see if this one turns on. Probably won't. I'm assuming anything that has a battery is probably dead at this point. It's been sitting in a box for at least a few months. So let's go ahead and plug this one in and charge it up. So this first one, we do not have a charging light, which is not a good sign. But we'll go ahead and put that to the side and check out this next one. So this one actually looks pretty clean. I got a few marks on the screen, but overall, like the bag and stuff, it looks pretty clean. There's no battery cover, but like I said, I do have a couple of replacement batteries that I bought just for this video. So let's go ahead and throw those in. Okay, cool. All right, this battery does appear to have charge. We do have a green light, and we have life. Oh, this is what I'm hoping, man. I'm really hoping that all these consoles, at least a lot of them, Just need a battery. I mean, as you can see, do we have a memory card in here? Let's see. We do. Oh, we have a memory card. Those things are worth a good bit too. Let's go ahead and turn this brightness up. So the brightness on this one does work, and it actually looks pretty good. Like the screen looks good. The console looks pretty solid. Like it hasn't been used that much. Obviously, there's no cover on the back for the battery, but like just in general, it looks nice in the back. Let's go ahead and put a game in and see if it works. And I mean, as you saw, we have a ton of games here today. So we got Cabela's Dangerous Hunts. Let's go ahead and stick that in. Let's try a random game. And checking out the memory stick, we have no games, so not sure what's on here. PSP update. I'm going to skip that for now. Oh, of course, I have to update to even play this game. So that reminds me, I kind of want to check what system firmware this is on, because it's always interesting to see. So we're on version 2.0. I'm not sure what the latest version is. Let me look that up real quick. So it appears that the latest firmware is 6.6. Now this one is on 2.0, so it's super old. Not sure if there's any benefit to being on old firmware on the PSP anymore, like in the hacking space. Not sure. I'm not too familiar with custom firmware on the PSP. And I'm going to go ahead and call that 1 for 1. Obviously, we didn't test every single function, but it looks good. It turns on, reads the UMD. I'm going to call that good. All right, next up, we got PSP number 3. And this one appears to have a replacement cover. Oh, now that's interesting. I got a real fat battery pack in there, and it's definitely a replacement. I'm going to go ahead and take that out and just put in the official one, just because I know this one has battery, or has charge. And we'll see if it turns on. Oh, I saw a green light for a second. Oh, man. Screen is jacked up. Yep, I'm not doing anything about that today. But I don't know if you guys could see, but it did turn on. The green light was there for a brief second, and then it went away. All right, yeah, so you can briefly see like some lines there. It's really hard to see because it's not very bright. It's definitely turning on and working. X button doesn't work. Not sure what buttons do work, but like as you can see, you can see some lines there, but obviously the screen is pretty jacked up. But like other than that, this console doesn't look too bad. The back is pretty, actually the back is pretty beat up. Let's see if the UMD slot works. Oh, it does not. It's stuck. Oh, never mind. It's a PSP 2000, so you just open the door up. It might work with some care, but a screen fix is not something we're going to do today. All right, on to console number 4, and we're going to do the silver PSP. I really hope this one works because it is a nice color. It is the 2000, so it's kind of slim. No charge. Let's go ahead and see if there's even a battery in here. Okay, there is a battery. I'm going to go ahead and see if I plug it in, if it'll turn on the charge light. It does. Okay, so it charges. It appears to charge. Let's see if it'll turn on now. I don't think it'll turn on now because there's no charge in the battery. Yeah, it's not turning on. Let me go ahead and swap this battery out with one of my batteries, and we'll see if it turns on. So we got my battery in, and we do have a green light. Nice. Now, will the screen look good? I really hope so. Oh, here we go. Here we go. Oh, yeah, we got sound. We got a screen. We even got a cool background. What do you know? We got some games on here. We got the Loco Roco demo, Patapon 2 demo, Pipe Mania, Hot Shots Golf, Eco Chrome. So we got some stuff on here, and let's check out the firmware on this one. So this one's on 6.39, so it's pretty recent. Nicknamed Jackie. Nice. And yeah, this one appears to work. Let's go ahead and put a game in, make sure the game slot works. We'll try out a different game this time. So we have MLB 09, the show. And man, I love the PSP. PSP was like a light bulb went off in my head. When I first saw this thing, I was like, a PS2 on the go. No way. Like I was so hyped. I didn't buy one until years after it came out, but it was probably the coolest revelation ever. Like, you know, Nintendo consoles are always on the go, but like a PlayStation console on the go, that was next level. So this game is not loading. It could just be a badly scratched game. Let's go ahead and try the game that I know works. All right, so unfortunately, I don't think this reads games. It's been loading for a good 20 seconds or so, and it's not reading. I'm not too familiar with how to fix a PSP game slot. Maybe you just need to clean their laser. Not sure. Might do some research on that in a little bit, but let's go ahead and try out one more game. So the third game did not work. A movie is also not working. Let's go ahead and move on to the next PSP. So this one is almost good. Like, I mean, it looks pretty solid. It's a silver PSP. It turns on and everything, but it can't read games, which is pretty unfortunate. So next console up, we got a 1000. Actually, this is a 3001, sorry. And it looks pretty clean. It's got this van sticker on the back, but other than that, it looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and stick a battery in. Got a green light. That's a good sign. And there it goes. It is turning on. Nice. Now, does the sound work? Yep, sound works. We got a memory stick in here. Let's see what we got on here. Just a PSP update. So it's probably on a recent firmware. It is on software 6.39, so fairly recent as well. Now let's go ahead and plug a game in and see if that works. And this one actually looks pretty clean. Let's go ahead and try out. We'll try out this MLB 09. Just got it sitting here. Oh, and that does not sound very good. That's going to be really unfortunate if we have another PSP with another broken disk drive. I don't know what happened on this first one, but it is now loading a game just fine. Let me try one more game. I'm not sure what's going on with that MLB game. Maybe that one's having an issue. We got Madden 10. This disc looks good. Let's go ahead and slide that in there. And yeah, it's not making a loud noise anymore. Maybe I just didn't have it closed all the way down. Not sure. We'll see if this one loads up. So this one is not loading up either. I don't know if we just have a couple bad games. So try out another game. This game does work. So I think we just had a couple bad games if I had to guess. So I tried out a few more games and one of them didn't work. But as you can see, we got GTA Vice City working. So, you know, I don't know. It's worked like 3 out of 6 times. I don't know if it's just a game. I'll have to try all the games out on my PSP, my personal PSP, and see if they work. But we're going to call this good for now. So on to the next PSP. Let's go ahead and stick in my battery, and we'll see if it turns on. And honestly, I'm not too upset so far. I think all the consoles have turned on. There was one that didn't turn on, and one where the screen was messed up. But here we go. This one's turning on. Screen looks good. It does have some sort of screen protector that looks gross, but I'm not going to touch it. I'm going to leave it as is. And look at that background. That was the best thing about the PSP is you could have whatever background you wanted. It was always cool. No memory stick inserted. That's actually the first one we've seen that doesn't have a memory stick. But if we go down to, let's check out the firmware. So we're on 6.1, so fairly recent. And I just wanted to check out the themes because I have not looked at these in forever. Man, my favorite was Tasty Treat. I don't know why, I just loved that theme. Always looking at cookies. But yeah, this one looks good. Let's go ahead and put a game in. See if it's already got a game in there. Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Nice. I don't think it was loading up, so that might not be a good sign. Let's try one of the games that I know works. MLB 2K8 seemed to work just fine earlier. And it appears to be spinning up and doing something. So hopefully this is just a bad game. It does look like it has some scratches. Yeah, that's working. Let's try one more. So I did try one more game, and as you can see, Cabela's Dangerous Hunts pulled up just fine. So I think we're good on this one. This one appears to be working. And actually, the next thing I want to do is kind of go through the games and just show you what games I got. So you already seen these few. Cabela, MLB, I got Dragon Ball Z, Star Wars 2, the original trilogy. Not sure if that works. Again, I'm not sure if all these work, but we'll test them out eventually. GTA Vice City, Pursuit Force Extreme Justice, Midnight Club 3 Dub Edition. That's one of my favorite games of all time, and it's actually got a replacement case in there. Oh, that looks really good. I like that. It is in a classic GameStop case, though. Got a few more here. We got Warriors Orochi. Not sure if I said that right. Mega Man Maverick Hunter X. Adam Sandler Longest Yard. Nice. We got Burnout Legends, a fun game. GTA Liberty Vice or City Story, Twisted Metal Head On. We actually have 2 copies of that. That's a good game. All the Twisted Metal games are good. We've got Lumen's Puzzle Fusion, Ratchet and Clank Size Matters, Lord of the Rings Tactics, MLB 2K6, and then a few more. We got Dissidia Final Fantasy, NBA 2K11, Madden 09. We also have a few movies. We got Journey, Live in Houston. We got Lords of Dogtown. We got a few games over here that didn't work on that one console. I'm not sure if the games are the issue or what, but just a few sports games. But yeah, you got some solid games in this stack. Now let's go ahead and move on to the next PSP. So next one up is another black 1001 PSP, and this one actually looks really good as well. Looks clean on the front, very clean on the back, and I'm assuming the battery's probably dead. This does appear to have a battery. Oh, never mind. It felt pretty heavy. I guess this PSP is just heavy in general, so I thought it had a battery, but it does not. And let's see if it turns on. We got a green light. Are we going to get lucky again? We might. I mean, we've gotten pretty lucky so far. And actually, I think it's booting straight into a game. I guess there was a game in here. I wonder what game. I don't want to eject it while it's playing, but let's go ahead back to we got ATV Off-Road Fury Blazing Trails. That was weird. I don't know if you guys saw that, but it was like flashing like crazy up there. I don't know if that's because I'm holding the battery in. Let me put this battery slot back on so it actually stays in there. So, I mean, as you guys saw, the game did work there. We do have a memory stick in here. No games on it. It must be a really small memory stick if there's only 29 megs free. Let's see what firmware version we're on. So we're on 2.6, another pretty old firmware version. Again, I don't know if there's any benefit to that, but it's just interesting to see. And I'm not sure why, but the hue to the screen looks a little bit off to me. I'm not sure if it is. The hue that I'm looking at right now actually looks different than what it does on the camera. I'll have to compare once I have another PSP 1000 that I can compare it to. It does look a little bit off. I'm not sure though. But again, another working PSP. So on to the next console. We do have another 1001 right here. And this one has a screen protector on it. Not a very good one. It's kind of crooked. But other than that, it actually looks pretty solid. I mean, it's scratched up, but it's nothing crazy. Let's put this battery in and see if she turns on. Oh, we got life. The power button is sticky. As you can see, we got something over there. It looks like somebody probably spilled some Coke on this thing maybe. It's turning on and working. Okay, the screen hue on this one does look the same as the other one. So I think we're okay. And there's a game in here too. It's booting straight up. Dude, I've never gotten this lucky from Goodwill. We got Need for Speed Underground Rivals, which I think is a pretty solid game. probably worth 20 bucks or so. PSP games are actually fairly valuable. There you go, Need for Speed Underground Rivals. It's pretty dusty. So we're on 6.0, and the nickname is PSP Tri-Do LK. That's interesting. No sound on the home screen. I guess they just have the home screen sound off. No memory stick inserted. But yeah, another working PSP. And now we're on to this blue PSP, which is my favorite personally because I personally have a blue PSP, so I love this one. Now let's go ahead and see if, I mean, this one looks pretty good too. It's got some scratches on the back, nothing too crazy. And any games in here? No games. And the screen has got a couple scratches, but nothing crazy. And there we go. We got a power light. Is this one going to work too? There it goes. It's turning on. And we're on, dude, this is just like my PSP. We're on the cookie theme. That's my favorite. We got a memory stick inserted. Nickname is Mimi. And we're on version 5.5, which is somewhat recent. Let's go ahead and put a game in. We'll try this Underground Rival since we just tried that and it worked. And there it goes. It appears to be working. Not going to boot it up because, like, I mean, if it loads up here, there's like a 99% chance it's going to work fine. It's pretty solid, dude. Another working console. Still got a few left. We got this ugly one right here that appears to have had a full body sticker on it at some point. But I don't know if is there a battery in here? There's not. No surprise there. We'll put this one in. Just hold it in there. We got a green light, guys. Let's go ahead and check. Is there? Nope, no game. But it is turning on. This battery always falls out. I need to put the cover on. Worst part about the PSP 1000 is that the battery is so large that the battery cover like barely fits. You gotta really jam it in there. It's really annoying, to be honest. All right, I think I got that battery cover on now, so let's try it out again. Now let's see if we boot all the way up this time. Last time I think the battery just fell out. So we got a nice Nike background. Like I said, it's always cool to see what backgrounds we have. You got to update firmware 5.02. I'm kind of surprised I'm not seeing more save data on here and like games and stuff. All right, so we're on 5.02, and Weeshaw is the name of the person on here. I guess we could look under save data utility. Okay, so people just didn't have games downloaded. They have some save data. So we got like Medal of Honor, Daxter. Ooh, that was a fun game. NFL Street 3, one of my favorites. Now let's try the game out. So open her up. Let's try out Need for Speed Underground. And there it is. I mean, looks good to me. Like I said, if it shows up there, it's like a 99% chance it's going to work. So we still got a couple more left. We got this one right here, which I don't have much hope for this one. This one looks very dirty. Looks like it's been dragged across the pavement. I mean, look at that right there. That's not good. We do not have a battery, so let me stick my battery pack in. I do not have any power. And I also checked already. There's no game in there. Let's go ahead and plug this thing in and see if we get power when we plug it in. Oh, it's charging. Maybe it'll turn on. Okay, so maybe there's something wrong with the battery connection, but it is turning on. All right, let's check out the save data utility. Anything on here? All right, nothing there. We got a really, really annoying background. Like, you can't see much because the background is so busy, which is kind of crazy. Let's go ahead and put a game in and see if it works. Again, we'll try ATV Off-Road here. And while that's loading up, we'll go to System Settings. So we're on version 3.8, and the nickname is Pimp Sugar Free. All right, dude. And there we go. ATV Off-Road Fury Blazing Trails is loading up. Let me unplug this power and see if it stays on. Okay, so I guess it just needed some help. Maybe the power button is jacked up. Okay, no, power button works, turns off. Let's see if it turns on now without the help of the charger. Okay, there it goes. Maybe it just needed some help from the charger to wake up a little bit. Yeah, we'll go with that. But surprisingly, this one is working. Another working PSP. I'm surprised. All right, so last but not least, we have this one in this hefty case, and it's actually a silver PSP in there. I did not even realize that. I just assumed it was one of the old. Oh, it's got some games too, and some memory sticks. No way. All right, cool. So we got Test Drive. We've got Lego Batman. We have a 32 meg memory stick. We also have a 1 gig, and these things are pretty valuable. I mean, these things are proprietary, and the PSP looks really good because it's just sitting inside of a case. Now let's see if it turns on. No power. We'll plug it in here and see if it turns on now. All right, so still no power, so maybe there's no battery in here. All right, so pretty easy to release it. And that PSP looks really good. I mean, like, it's got a few scratches on it, but I mean, like, a couple right there. The front looks pristine almost. Well, there's a few scratches on the screen, but it looks really good. That's the point. And yeah, no battery. So let me put in my battery. So much easier to put the battery in on these 2000 and 3000 consoles. This is a 3001, and let's turn her on. We got a green light, so I think we have life here. Now, do we have a game in the slot? No game in there. It is turning on. Let's go ahead and put a game in, and we'll try ATV Off-Road Fury here. And there it goes. This one looks a little bit odd. I think you can tell, but it's like a little bit discolored at the top of the screen, like kind of around the top right there, just discolored a little bit. Not terrible. I mean, this is, other than that, this is a really nice looking console. So we're on 6.31, which is fairly recent, and the nickname is Boo Boo Bean. All right. Always interesting. And the UMD did appear to load up. So the only issue we have here is the screen is a bit discolored. Otherwise, this thing looks really nice. Like, it's, if you replace the screen, this thing would be pristine. All right, guys, so the only one I couldn't get to work was this very first one, and I'm gonna go ahead and put my battery in here because I don't think I ever did that. I'm gonna see if it turns on. Nope, still nothing. We are getting some charge now. Okay, maybe. Oh, okay, here we go. Oh, it's turning on now. Every single console turned on. That's amazing. I actually can't believe that. We got some dude on the stage. That'd be funny if this is the actual guy that owned this. Let's see what version we're on. 3.8, nickname AC, and yeah, I mean, this one is working now. Okay, so just like the other one, I needed a little bit of help. You needed my battery, and you needed to charge for 2 seconds, and now it's good to go. Let's put a game in. I don't know if it'll be able to read a game because, like, as you can see, this thing is just completely jacked up. But if we hold it there, yeah, if we hold it in place, it starts to read. So that's why they had the tape on the back. You could just slap a piece of tape on there every time you play, because as you can see, it's loading. It's working. ATV Off-Road Fury, but as soon as you let go, pops right back out. So, I mean, like, you want a cheap PSP and throw a piece of tape on the back? I mean, have at it. But guys, like, I'm very surprised. All these consoles turned on. Most of them worked pretty well. Coming from Goodwill, $550 for all these consoles and games. Actually, a solid deal. Not often you get a solid deal from Shop Goodwill anymore. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you enjoyed the video. And again, if you want to buy or win any of these consoles, go to Whatnot link down below. I'll be giving away a few of these, and I'll be selling the rest, plus the games. And yeah, thanks for watching, and have a great day.